Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's day is Thursday, the 21st of December 2023, the year of BSV. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Let's get into it. So this was literally dated here, the 20th of December 2023. So it was just simply released yesterday. So this is the most up-to-date information that we have on the case so far. So it's a large document, 41 pages. I'm not going to go through it all because it would just simply take too long. But I'm going to try and skim it all. And then hopefully we can pick out some significant information as we see it. So the first significant bit of information are the dates on the court. So this one says, so Mr. Justice Miller, introduction. There we go. Just going to go through this bit and that bit. So it says here, this is my judgment on the issues raised at the pre-trial review, the PTR, held on Friday, 15th of December 2023. The issues required a full day of arguments, 10 a.m. to 4:50 p.m. So I announced the result of the principal applications at the conclusion of the hearing, indicating I would give my reasons in writing. The judgment contains those reasons and the results of the remaining applications. The forthcoming trial consists of the main trial in the COPA claim and the trial of the preliminary issue in the BTC core claim. For that reason, it has been referred to as the joint trial. It concerns the identity issue, namely whether Dr. Wright is the pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto, i.e. the person who created Bitcoin in 2009. At this hearing, as the presentations on the title page indicates, the parties before the court fell into three distinct groups. First, Dr. Wright plus his associated companies, which are claimants with him in the BTC core claim. Second, COPA, the Crypto Open Patent Alliance. And the third is the developers. And these are the dates here. Really important, really important. So subject to the decisions to be made at the pre-trial review at the start of the hearing, the joint trial of the identity issue was due to commence on Monday 15th of January with 1 day of opening submissions followed by 4 days of judicial reading time with approximately 20 days of evidence to start on Monday 22nd of January, concluding on Friday 16th of January 16th of February 2024. There were then perhaps overly generous period for preparations of writing closings, leading to 4 days of oral closing submissions on the 4th to the 7th of March 2024. The principal applications for the determination at the pre-trial review were 1. Dr. Wright's application to rely on the additional documents defined below, and 2. His application for adjourning the trial. Before I turn to decide those and other applications, it is necessary to explain how these applications came about. Right, so it looks like it says here Dr. Wright wants to adjourn the trial, so for a later date. Let's see what's going on. In the COPA claim that commenced on the 9th of April 2021, COPA seek a declaration in effect that Dr. Wright is not Satoshi Nakamoto. Dr. Wright and 2 of his companies commenced the BTC core claim on the 29th of July 2020. There are 4 actions involving Dr. Wright and the defendant. Yeah, I'm looking for the dates here. Oh, so look, they mentioned here. Oh no, it's Kraken and Coinbase claims, Tulip Trading. The CCMC, I wonder if that's Case Management Conference or something else. In the COPA claim, and then in the COPA claim took place before Master Clerk on the 1st to the 2nd of September 2022, and the directions were given down to the trial, which was listed shortly thereafter to take place in January to February 2024. Extended disclosure in the COPA claim took place on the 7th of March 2023. Both COPA and Dr. Wright have produced further disclosures at various points. I'm just wondering if there's lots of 2023 dates here. Anything about it being adjourned? Just let me know if you can see anything in the comments. Something to do with Reliance documents here. On the 8th of December 2023, the joint statement from Mr. Madden and Dr. Plax was served. It addressed 47 of Dr. Wright's Reliance documents. The experts concluded that 32 had their metadata manipulated or to record non-contemporaneous date-time values or are unreliable in other bases. There is disagreement between the experts as to the remaining 15 of the 47. All 28 of the reliance documents in the COPA list of 50 forgeries are agreed to be manipulated or unreliable. 17 of the reliance documents referred to in the Dr. Wright's witness statement are agreed to have been manipulated or to be unreliable. In addition, the experts agree that one of the sets of the MYOB data purporting to show the entries in 2009 to 2011 disclosed by Dr. Wright was created in 2020, with the other set of MYOB data provided to Dr. Plax by Dr. Wright as a reaction to the problem with the earlier data. We'll carry on. Can we see anything here? I think most of this was covered in the documents that I read out the other day. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure what the white paper latex file means. All right. Let's just see what else we've got. Crikey. There's a lot to go through if you're a lawyer. Just reading. My goodness. And then trying to take it all in as well. Making notes on everything. This is so time consuming. Good grief. All right. Something about confidentiality of forensic images of BDO image Samsung hard drive. Might read that a bit later. What's this? I should point out that Miss Field's statement as to her firm's belief in her 46 is founded on her evidence in her 40 or point 40 and quoted in full below that having spoken to Dr. Plax, Dr. Wright's expert on forensic documents analysis, he should not realistically produce a report on these matters before the 12th of January 2024. What's this? Even if I release this trial, another judge of the Chancery Division, the earliest it could take place would be October 2024. Oh my goodness. So let's see, point 100. On the point as to whether there would be a short adjournment, initial inquiries of the Chancery lists indicates that Miss Field's timetable would result in a very much longer adjournment, for example. In the absence of expedition and applying a normal listing approach, the earliest that a 26-day trial would be listed would be June 2025. If I retain the trial as the docketed judge, the earliest trial could come back as January 2025, and that would necessitate a degree of exemption. I hope it's not postponed. I recognise that insisting on the trial proceeding according to its current listing, i.e. commencing on the 15th of January 2024, would impose a significant burden on Dr. Wright. His legal team and experts would create a significant risk of the trial process not being fair. And I recognise also that the overriding factor arising from the authorities I've discussed is that I must endeavour to ensure a fair trial. However, it is clear to me at this point the court should not simply throw up its hands and grant the adjournment sought. The court is required to further the overriding objective, and the parties are required to help the court in that endeavour. In this situation, furthering the overriding objective means looking for ways to actively manage this litigation and the identity issue in particular, so that it can be determined, if possible, in the existing trial listing, which was set in July 2022, 18 months ago. When I speak of the existing trial listing, I refer to the entire period which has already been set aside from the joint trial from the 15th of January to the 8th of March 2024. Okay. I mean, it really should be just easy to prove. I mean, I don't quite I haven't read all this obviously, but I don't quite get what's going on here. I mean, show the receipt that you bought bitcoin.org. You bought the domain name. That gives you, you published it. That's it. It was Satoshi Nakamoto that published it. So anyway, there's a date here. Could be complete time for trial 19th of February 2024. Let's read this. And so, my first believes that the service of reply witness statements of fact on completion of expert evidence or the forensic documents analysis needs to be postponed until at least 12th of January 2024, and recognise that this will inevitably require an adjustment to the start date of the trial. However, the additional matters identified above, i.e. provision of further disclosure by Dr. Wright and preparations and service of reply witness statements and preparation and service of further expert evidence, could be completed in time for the trial to start on the 19th of February 2024. As I've mentioned, the reply evidence of Dr. Wright's side was extremely limited, and none of it addressed the work which remained to be completed, or the time within which it could be completed. Instead, as noted above, I've received via counsel a revised estimate of how long it is said Dr. Plax would require to complete his work, i.e. that he would not be able to complete his work before the end of January 2024, a point at which was repeated by Lord Grabiner, KC, in his oral submissions, but also in response to a question which I posed. In that regard, I accept the underlying point that the scale of the work might have increased somewhat following the service of Shirel 18 and Madden 3, but the estimate provided in Field 1 cannot have been provided on the basis that no challenge would be made to any of the additional documents. That would have been wholly unrealistic. They want me on page 33. I don't know what all these Madden and latex documents are. What's this? I receive evidence from both COPA and the developers as to the prejudice they would suffer if this trial were to be adjourned, whether to October 2024 or January 2025. That would be devastating. This evidence was brushed aside in Dr. Wright's skeleton on the basis that the unfairness to which Dr. Wright of proceeding without an adjournment outweighed any prejudice which might be asserted by COPA and or other developers. Page 39. All right. I do believe let's have a quick look. Profile likes, let's see what it was. Michael Brenneman had pointed out something. Here we go. So this is 74 and 75. Let's have a look at those points. '74 and 75. So 74, the second main consideration is COPA's opposition to my giving permission. I've already touched on this, although COPA put forward a number of criticisms of the way in which the additional documents came to light and made accusations of delay in the identification and production of these documents. I highlighted two particular submissions which COPA made. First, that there is strong evidence that Dr. Wright has fabricated his accounts of the discovery of the new drives. And second, there is strong evidence that the BDO drive and the material it contains have been manipulated and are subject to backdating. Point 75, these are serious allegations of deliberate fabrication and forgery of evidence, so again, just allegations. Even bearing in mind the content of the joint expert statement from Mr. Madden and Mr. Plax, I do not think it would be right to determine any issue of this nature at this hearing. particularly in circumstances where Dr. Wright has not yet responded to these allegations, and I do not do so. I consider it far better to examine the allegations from a neutral standpoint and consider how they can be brought to and considered at a fair trial. So I agree with Dr. Wright that these allegations must be considered at trial. Okay, so that was what the point that Craig has made. Alright, I'll probably have to go back and do some more digging in this document to find out if the dates have been changed or not. So in the following, alright. I can't see. I'll have to go back and examine this document later, see if we can see any official changes in the dates, but I can't really see anything yet. Alright, there we go. That's a quick 16-minute show. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. We'll see you in the next one. And remember, potentially largest court case in financial history coming up on the 15th of January 2024. Stay tuned, we'll bring you more, and until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.